going on, guys? We are back for some daily workout content by yours truly. So let's get started on this workout, and then we can talk about what the workout is. So Andrew's off right now. So, first of all, you might be asking yourself, looks like Jake's already working out. That's because in this workout, we're using a bike erg and a ski erg for Andrew, Jake, and myself. And so we have to kind of waterfall workouts like that. Since it's a chipper, because we only have one implement, and so we can't all start at the same time because we'd be fighting for equipment. So we waterfalled it. Waterfalled it, meaning like someone's gonna go first, and then someone's gonna wait a specific amount of time before they go, essentially giving the fact that they won't catch the person in front. And then, you know, it's gonna waterfall down. Someone's gonna go, we're gonna rest, someone's gonna go, we're gonna rest. You know, we do it all the time in certain workouts if we don't have enough equipment for it. So what is this actual workout, first of all? So what we're doing here is we are doing, or what Andrew just started doing on your right-hand side of the screen, is Andrew's doing a for time with a 10-minute time cap, a 50 calorie bike erg, 80 wall balls at 20 pounds or 14 if you're a female, then a 50 calorie ski erg, and then 40 thrusters at 75 pounds for males, and I guess 75 pounds, females is probably 55 pounds is my assumption if I'm correct with that. I don't do well with female weights. Jake, right now, is actually gonna get done with his ski erg, and he's gonna come right to this box in front of us, and he's actually gonna do some 40 box step overs at 35 pounds. Reason for that being is his hips are bothering him, so he doesn't wanna do thrusters with it. So you'll see him do box step overs at 35 pounds. Now, you know, why is it 35 pounds and not 50? Mostly because, you know, if it was 40 box step overs with 50 pounds, you could do it unbroken, but probably not at the end of this workout. Whereas you can probably do 40 thrusters unbroken at the end of this workout. And so we decided 35 pounds was kind of a pretty similar weight scale there. So, yeah, so let's get into the actual workout. I'm actually gonna be starting, I think, at 6 minutes. So I think I start 6 minutes after Andrew starts. That way Andrew has enough time to get forward and move through all this. I'm not gonna obviously catch him in 6 minutes, but I want to give him enough time to get ahead that I wouldn't catch him on the ski erg. So Andrew's off the bike at 220. And it's actually, there's a difference there between Andrew and Jake and myself when it comes to the bike erg. Andrew, if you compare implements, for the bike erg isn't as good as me at the bike erg, but then I don't think I'm as good as Jake at the bike erg, especially when it comes to short sprints. That's mainly because the bike erg and the ski erg and the row erg all, I wouldn't say are heavily dependent upon it, but your weight and your height and your dimensions definitely come into play for it. That's why you see like all the guys who hold row, ski, you know, world records for like the 500 meters or whatever the case are very large individuals. And so for Jake, his perceived effort he has to put out on a bike is less than me if we're trying to keep a certain calorie per hour pace or 500 meter pace. So he's able to exert less effort and still go the same as me, or exert the same effort and go harder than me. So I didn't have it on film, but Jake actually crushed the bike in like a 140 and actually got off and got the 80 wall balls. I think he did his 80 wall balls unbroken, but then you could tell when he got off his 80 wall balls, he was completely just gassed and really had to, I think he skied at like a 1,000 calorie per hour pace, which is pretty slow, but the reason he did that is because he was so gassed from going ham on the bike and then having to do wall balls unbroken, because you're not gonna drop 80 wall balls at a 20 pound. And then the ski was where it got really affected. Because you know, the ski is the thing where you're not trying to do it unbroken per se, you're just moving through it. Well, if that's the case, then you can move through it slower or faster, and he chose slower. So yeah, anyway, so let's get into Andrew and I doing the workout and how we approached it. Andrew and I approached it very similar. We approached it in such a way that I know that I could crush, you know, a 50 calorie bike erg in 140 or 150 or whatever the case may be, but I know that it won't do me any good for the rest of the workout, especially since it goes leg, you know, upper body and then back to leg plus some upper body press. And so I knew it wasn't gonna be a good idea to go ham. And so Andrew and I had kind of similar concepts when it came to how to approach the bike erg. And this, you watched Andrew do it, he did it in like a 220, I believe, which if you've heard me talk about certain things for the row, the bike, and the ski, I feel very comfortable doing 20 calories of each implement in a minute. And I know that's a sustainable pace. So if we did a workout, you know, like let's say like for instance, one of the workouts, I'm not sure if this was, I think it was an online qualifier. We did 75 wall balls, 100 calorie row, and 75 wall balls. I know I can do 75 wall balls unbroken, come back, and I know I can row 100 calories in 5 minutes without a doubt in the middle of a workout at any time of the day, assuming I warm up before it. But I can row faster. I just know that that's something I can sustainably keep if I have to keep it for some unknown amount of time. Obviously not all day. So yeah, so that's it. So I know I can do 230 on the bike. You know, it's 20 calories the first minute, 20 calories the second minute, and then 10 calories to finish it up to get me to 230 for 50 calories. But I like the bike erg, and so you know I'm trying to make up time. Because to be honest, this wall ball and the thrusters, what you're seeing now is actually the first time I've been able to squat somewhat to or above parallel for a week and a half. I've been having some issues in the outside of my knee. It's honestly the knee I've had issues with for years. It just comes and goes on and off. Sometimes just happens during a lot of high volume. And so I'm actually going to see someone today to get it worked on some more. But I've been having issues. So this is actually the first time I've been able to squat in a few weeks. I decided to try it out. Andrew originally had this workout at possibly a 30-pound wall ball and 95-pound thrusters. And I said, hey, that might be too much for me. Can we go with a 20-pound wall ball and a 75-pound thruster? And it's really a different workout, right? If you look at it from that perspective. A 30-pound wall ball and 20-pound wall ball really changed this workout. You know, you're gonna break it now. I mean, could you do 80-pound wall ball? 80 wall balls at 30 pounds unbroken? Yes, but you'd be so gassed that once you got to the 40 thrusters at 95, you'd probably be just pooping your pants and just falling apart. So you probably would break it anyways. So I said, hey, let's change it and keep it at a lower weight. That way I can move through it fluidly and not hurt myself and just kind of test it out. And this was yesterday actually. And today I am pretty dang sore considering I haven't squatted in a week and a half. And so I still haven't actually been able to Olympic lift, squat, you know, catching a squat clean or catching a squat snatch. It's all been pretty much to a box, pretty much. So anyways, so I'll be off pretty soon. I believe Andrew, like I mentioned, did a bike in 220, and I think I biked in like a 206. I just knew I had to be a little bit faster considering my squatting might be slower than his. So Andrew's off. He's on his last implement, which is 40 thrusters at 75 pounds, which I believe he does unbroken. So yeah. So anyways, okay, so I'm putting on some small knee sleeves, like 3mm knee sleeves I got from Rogue, just to be safe. And we are attacking 80 wall balls. And so if you watch, like, those are below parallel. For me, it's different. So for me in the past, when I've always squatted, I've never had an issue of, oh, you're not hitting depth. I've always been a guy to bounce out of the hole or go really, really far into the hole. And so seeing me now doing this and being careful to not go very far, when I'm doing the wall balls, when I'm literally doing them right now, I'm thinking to myself, I'm definitely not hitting parallel. And you can see I pretty much am, or I am. And so, but it's just the idea that my body is used to going past parallel and essentially bouncing out of the hole, that when I go just to parallel, my mind thinks, oh, well, I'm not even close because I'm not balancing it. When in actuality, I am hitting the actual standard. It's just your body and your mind are having that disconnect, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna tip through these 80 wall balls unbroken and then go to the ski erg. Andrew's done. His clock obviously stopped. He's done at 9:13, which is a solid time. We made a 10-minute time cap. I think when I approached this workout, when Andrew and I looked at it in the beginning, we decided that the bike was gonna take 2.5 minutes, you know, because that's an average pace. Your wall balls were gonna take 3 minutes, Your ski was gonna take 2.5 minutes, and then your thrusters, we really weren't sure on the thrusters, to be honest, because it's faster. And so, but if you add up the 3 implements before it, 2.5 plus 3 gets you 5.5 minutes, plus another 2.5 minutes gets you 8 minutes. So that gives you 2 minutes to do thrusters, but you got to factor in like the fact that our ski probably won't be at 2:30 because we're gonna be skiing a little bit slower, and then transition time, you have to take that into account also. So I believe I actually get done sub 5 minutes or at 5 minutes, and that's mainly because I biked faster than a 2:30. And when I say 3 minutes for wall balls, when I look at workouts like this, especially for workouts that have more than 30 wall balls, every increment of 30, so every multiple of 30, I know it takes a minute. So if we do 60 wall balls, I know I can do it in 2 minutes. Now it might be a little bit faster, but by the time I grab the ball or drop the ball and move on to my next movement, it's about 2 minutes, a minute per 30 reps. Now, the more multiples of 30 I do at a 20 pound, I know the more added garnered in time I have. So if I do 80 here, I know I'm 10 less than 90, and I've also probably saved a lot of time, so therefore I know I have an extra 10 seconds there, or whatever the case may be, considering I got done like 450. So just math in your head when you're working out and just thinking about it. And now you see me adjusting my ski erg, and you see me attempting to ski. I think I was skiing at, if I started at, I don't know, when did I grab that? Probably at like, I probably started actually skiing after I adjusted it at like a 5:09 or 5:08 probably. So if I can say I can ski at 2:30, then that puts me at a 7:48 pretty much. So let's see if I actually stick to what I think I'm capable of doing. Even though right now I think I'm probably skiing at an 11 to a 12, probably a high 11s to a low 1200 calorie per hour pace, which is pretty slow. But what's going through my mind right now is the fact that I just used my overhead for wall balls, and now I'm skiing, which is using pretty much just lats and right here. And now I'm gonna go use my overhead again for thrusters. And I know I wanna do my 40 thrusters, 75 pounds unbroken. I know I have to at this point in order to have a decent time and to finish below sub 10. So if that's the case, then I'm going to probably coast on the ski erg a little more than I probably should, knowing that I'm gonna go a little bit faster on the thrusters. But that's the give and take. You have to be like, okay, well, I know I can't go ham here because I'm gonna give it my all. If I give it my all here, I'm not gonna be able to give it my all on the thruster. And you might be able to do both if you're in a competition setting, but right now, I know I'm not capable of this. So, yeah, so what did I say, 7:48? So we're hopefully at this point, we're about 20 calories out from finishing, so hopefully we're at a 30 to 30 cal mark on my ski erg. It'd actually be really cool if I could have my rower screen on here. Not a second camera per se, but there is an app on my phone called Erg Data that you can Bluetooth sync to any PM5 plus, maybe PM7 monitors, Ski Erg, Bike Erg, Row Erg, and it'll show your monitor on your phone screen actually. And so it'd actually be really cool if I could like film this, but also have my phone going at the same time, running that app like in the corner or whatever, and then screen record that app and stick it on the screen. This would be a lot of extra work that I don't think I have time for, but that'd be cool to be able to see my screen. You could actually see my splits at that time. But I know for a fact what my average is now, and I can tell you my average. It'd just be cool to kind of see the ups and downs of what that looks like. Heck, it'd also be cool to have my heart rate in here too. So if you know how to put my heart rate on here, that would be really sick also. I just think it'd be a lot of extra work to record that heart rate monitor and then have it installed, or have, screen record it, put it on my computer, upload it to my Final Cut Pro. So we got on the bar at 8:05, which I believe was the exact same time that Andrew got on the bar. You have to go back and actually check. I think the only difference is here is that my thrusters are faster than Andrew's thrusters. And I am just hauling tail right now. So again, like, I'm going below parallel just if my knee was better, I would be bouncing out of this hole more instead of stopping. I can tell right now by watching this video, I am stopping myself at some point. I'm not going all the way down. You might be thinking, wow, that's really deep. That's actually not deep. If you go back and watch any previous video of me doing thrusters, that's not as deep as it could be. Now, it's still standard fine, but there's a difference. So it should be done pretty soon. And there we go. We're done at 9:05. Boo. And I'm still sore from that, to be honest. Like, my quads are sore because I haven't squatted in a week and a half. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you have any comments or concerns, let me know. If you know a great way of putting erg data or heart rate data on a screen, also let me know. Appreciate you guys watching. Everyone have a great day. Talk to you guys later.